Yo, yo, happy Easter, happy Resurrection Sunday, and welcome to the 21st edition, man. We're officially prime time. Shout out to Deion Sanders.
Shout out to Prime Time Neon.
But this is the 21st edition of the Transparency Podcast. I go by the name of Big O, and I have my co-host here, Moody. How you doing, bro?
Man, I am cool. Good to meet you. I say good to meet you. Good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
Good to see you on this beautiful Sunday. We are definitely blessed to be here. And, man, it's just an amazing day, man. And no other way I would love to continue this day than to do the Transparency Podcast, of course.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's funny because I do get questions real fast. I do get questions because you brought it up. You said, good to meet you.
Right.
People ask, when did we meet? We met in the 6th grade.
That
Just
is
to
a
let
fact.
y'all know.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Old Court Middle, what it is.
Old Court. Shout out
to everybody that went to Old Court Middle.
Yeah, shout out to Old Court. Lions, right? We was Lions or something.
I couldn't even tell you that. Yeah. But yeah, that is a good way to, just to break it down on how long we've, known each other. So, it's funny how, things have worked out. Of course we was, middle schoolers, but, we didn't maybe grow up as adults, knowing each other and hung out, whatever. But we was always, cordial and cool and respectful for sure. But it's dope how, we was able to come together and make something, as dope as the Transparency Podcast. Oh, I'm sorry, to assist you with the Transparency Podcast.
Well, we created it. I mean,
you created it. Let's not do that. You created the Transparency Podcast. I'm going to continue to help you build the Transparency Podcast audience, brand, and because I'm a transparency guy. So I think this is felt right specifically for sure.
Most definitely, man. I mean, again, and I said we can go back and forth and argue about that, but you have ignited it. You have lifted it up.
I appreciate that, brother.
You know what I'm saying? With your little touch.
I really appreciate that, brother, for sure. And that's for real. I really appreciate that, man.
No doubt, man. So today, we're going to tackle this word called adversity and how do you deal with it. But before we start, what do we have going on at the Content Complex?
Man, we are continuing to just build. We got a lot of amazing up and coming, artists has been coming through here. A lot of amazing people we just been connecting with. A lot of dope podcasts we've been producing. We got some really amazing people that's just been rocking with us again. So we're gonna continue to build that, man. We're making music. We got a studio in here, of course.
Yeah.
We got a photo photography gallery in here, of course. We have green screens, multiple rooms, space. If you want to book a space, you can, reach out to the www.contentcomplex.net. Make sure y'all go check the website. We continue to just build, man. We got the boutique in here. We are working on pressing up merchandise. We are definitely continue to just do some more innovative stuff, man. So just keep an eye out for us because we are definitely looking forward to building in this season. The weather's breaking.
Yeah.
We got a pop-up shop, coming up. We have a Mother's Day. We're going to have, balloon bounce outside. We're going to have a snowball stand outside.
Yeah.
We're going to have merchandise, of course, outside. So we're going to have that on Mother's Day, like a straight pop-up gathering, celebration on that day of Mother's Day. I believe is May the 8th. So that's going to be coming up. So more flyers and stuff are going to be, dropping on that. So that's something that specifically is going to be going down. And, man, we're going to be just, making it happen, man. Every time, you see us, believe we're going to be somewhere doing something amazing, filming, doing something dope.
Most definitely. And I would be remiss of not mentioning, because you said not seasoning. See, I got the seasoning because I'm thinking about food.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying about that?
Food is good today.
The food today.
The food is
I know people
today.
Smashing.
Yes.
The season. So the season is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So now is no excuse. I know people was getting away with not getting their grass cut and things of that nature. So I got my guy, BL Lawn Care. This guy cuts grass and he pitch mulch down. He'll take care of your lawn. You know what I'm saying? B Blades, BL Lawn Care. He does lawn care, lawn care,
Mm-hmm.
hauling, trash removal, deliveries, and more. So he got more. And you can follow him on IG at My Eyes Are Bad. But let's see.
We're going to get it.
B.L.S underscore lawn care on IG.
Dope.
And since you already following us, I could put that on our page too.
For sure. For sure. Okay. Shout out to them.
Shout out to that, man. Now to our topic. A lot of times people are putting into adverse situations where we know it's only two directions to go, either up or down. But the funny thing about going either up or down, it's not permanent.
Mm.
The person who was down can easily get up. And a person who was up, if they don't pay attention, can easily go down.
Yep.
It's the harsh laws of average. I always said you'll truly never know someone until they're put into a compromising situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's very uncomfortable. It's very unsettling. And it's so much more easier to make mistakes. But I always say this, the mistake in a mistake is not learning from the mistake. Pressure bust pipes. Yes, I agree. But I got a secret for y'all. You also can get pipes replaced too. Isn't that great to know you have a wonderful opportunity to get better? I hear life isn't fair, but that sounds pretty fair to me. That sounds like a pretty fair shake right there. An opportunity to get better. Look, it's going to be sunny days, but it's not always going to be like that. It's going to be monsoons of rainy days. And it might be a monsoon for a week. Which leads me to this title. Through adversity, are you going to be a complainer or a completer? And I find it quite humorous. The spelling of adversity looks a lot like advertising. And that's what we do. We advertise our hurt. And don't get me wrong, we're human, but eventually we turn into broken records. And that's hard on the ears. So what are we going to do to repair it? We already identified issues. We cried oceans about it 40 days and 40 nights. So now what? Are we going to drown from our tears? Or are we going to create a raft? Find it and then build it on top of that. And maybe you can create a boat. The choice is ours. We'll get in the middle of a game, and instead of making adjustments at halftime, we'll fold up and get blown out. Then question about it later, and we'll blame the refs for something that happened in the first half. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And but it's all about finishing strong. It's about believing in yourself. It's about fighting. It's about using your shield for protection and using that sword to swing. But some circumstances, some situations may call for us to use the shield longer than what we thought. But that's not folding. That's called regrouping until we can strike. Man, listen, we got a lot to discuss about this. So with that being said, Moody, what you got for me, bro?
Yo, I think that, the way that you put that together, like, not making an adjustment at halftime and, complaining about getting, blown out or whatever, like that format that you put, that was pretty slick, man, because a lot of times we be in those moments and we keep thinking about the negative or like, man, why is this happening to me? Or what's going on with me? And, what is this situation?
Yeah.
Or you can't understand why you're not in this situation. And I think that, every adverse situation is a learning opportunity.
Yes.
Every adverse situation is a opportunity to get better. Everyone has their situations where we have mistakes or we go through things in life. It's going to happen.
Life is definitely going to happen.
It's going to happen. And you got to really understand that first, that everything is not going to be perfect. Everything is not going to be easy. Um, everything is not going to be laid out for you.
Mm.
You got to do things a different way. You got to look at, the plan or the objective, or look
Yeah.
at the, the game plan to say, and let's say in an instance, and try to stick to it, because the plan, the goal doesn't change. The plan always stay the plan,
Yeah.
and it's like, if you have a plan, as they always say, or as, some say, if you don't plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, so you gotta, plan out something. And if you don't plan out, what you trying to get done, you don't have that goal. But once you try to overcome those situations, and you get through those situations, and then you overcome those situations, it makes you so much better as a person.
Yeah.
It makes you so much better to handle different situations when you go through things. And I think that's important, man, because everybody got to go through stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, so adversity is a lot. It's a lot to go through. Some people handle it well, some people don't.
Yeah, and I'll second that. You can easily fold up your tent and feel sorry for yourself, but eventually it's almost like, and I don't want to put homeless people down because I don't know about their situation, but eventually you start becoming ignored. People start ignoring your cry. They'll keep walking past you because they're tired of seeing that. And a lot of people don't want to deal with extra stuff. So sometimes, just to help build your story, you have to attack it. You have to be the one to say, okay, I'm going to build this brick by brick. I always say step one is the foundation of step 57,222. But you got to start with step one.
Yep.
And you just got to get on that even playing field and start working. Roll up your sleeves and just start working. Because it's going to be people that help. It will be people that help. But also, think about how many people are going to help you if they don't see you working. They see you sitting there complaining. You got to start completing stuff too. You got to look at a task and say, okay, small task. Okay, I completed that. Now what's next? And pat yourself on the back. Don't be afraid to you be proud of yourself. And when you finally get there, you'll hold tight to it. It's not given to you. You had to go get it. You had to go grab that brass ring. And now it's like, wow, I'm not letting it go. I'm not going to let this go. So I'm going to put this in my trophy case. Let's go get another trophy. Let's go win another day. All right, tomorrow, let's go win tomorrow. All right, we lost yesterday. Let's win this day.
Yeah. Complaining ain't going to get you nowhere. And keeping a positive outlook on things is difficult to do at times. It takes a lot of, just grit, grind, self-assurance of who you are, being who you are, knowing that, you do have a purpose on your life. And, those things don't come easy to some, but if you continue to just work towards what you, like I said, your plan, what you focused on, and it can happen. It's not like it's impossible, but we all go through life, and we're going to come across things that we are unfamiliar with. We're going to come across things that we don't know about.
Yeah.
It's all on you, and how much do you want to work? How much work do you want to put in? How much time do you want to put in to something that you want to do, or something that you want to get done? But even when you're going through that, things are going to take you off your path. But you got to keep going, and it's like that makes you that builds your character, that makes you who you are.
Yeah.
That builds your fabric of your being. When you able to withstand difficult situations.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that adversity thing, like you said, a complainer or a completer, like, people complain more than they actually get things done. Like, if you out here, you keep complaining, but what have you actually got done? And when you do it, are you, following it through, when you making it happen and you doing it, or you just, just going through the motions and thinking that you pat yourself on the back for every little thing you do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's okay to do, but I'm not sorry. I'm not saying it's not okay to do that. I'm just saying stay focused. You know what I mean? Is what I'm saying. And don't focus on the negative, but continue to build from what you have done.
Yeah, because when you're sitting there complaining and you haven't completed anything, you haven't done any so what have you done? You're not even done complaining. So get done complaining. Cry on somebody's shoulder. That's fine. But when are you going to look yourself in the mirror? Look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself.
That's a fact.
Just sit there and say, like, this is something that I am failing tremendously on. What can I do to get better? I mean, it is so many tutorials. It is so many devotionals to read. Yeah, it is so much knowledge out here. It's so much. Hey, it's the Transparency Podcast. You can listen to the Transparency Podcast every Monday.
Yes, you can.
And get good information here.
On Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. iHeartRadio as well.
iHeartRadio. Shout out to them.
Shout out to them. And it's like, like you're saying, handling those situations is a part of it. But, knowing that you will have moments of doubt, moments of insecurities and stuff like that.
You're human, man.
But, we got to work towards making that normal, that we're going to come across situations that we don't know about. And there's so much knowledge out here. There's so much knowledge. We have a phone that can do anything you wanted to do. And they're not saying there's not an excuse for not knowing something, because it's like, again, it's all about your passion and what you want to know, the work you want to put in. So you can learn a lot. Like I've learned a lot by just doing what I'm doing here, producing podcasts, coming up with creative ideas for people, writing songs, knowing what something looks like that looks good. I got passion for these things, but there's no way I'm able to execute these things if I don't study something. If I don't look at, familiarity or someone that's doing what I'm doing, if I don't check what the latest or just get experience from real life situations and really take my time and focus on certain, things, I don't get better at it. You know what I mean? It just it don't work like that.
And then it's okay to ask questions. It's okay. It's okay, like I said, to do because you're researching. So life is not just your teacher. It's people in this life that's your teacher. That some people don't even know that they're your teacher. They're your sensei.
Yeah.
You might even see an action that they do. You might see somebody do something, and you be like, "Damn,
how they do that?
Damn, how they do that? Or damn,
that was
why? Damn, that's what happened if you do that. Yep, right. I ain't doing that.
Just that simple.
That's simple. That's simple.
We make it a lot complicated, though. We really do as people.
We do, and it's just like we want to step on someone because you know what's funny, right? A lot of people will step on, like they try to beat somebody to the top of the mountain, right? And you're trying to beat somebody that is qualified. And I always say this word, qualified, at the top of the mountain. When they get to the top of the mountain, they know what to do. Okay, you beat them to the top of the mountain. What now? You gotta wait for them to get there anyway, right?
Now,
because you don't know what you're doing, or you're gonna make a mistake, or you're gonna make an error. You might fall. Who knows what? Why not learn before you like you said? You teaching yourself. I'm not saying that you can't do anything without any type of guidance, but it's also good to learn from different people. But you're never gonna learn anything, even from yourself, if you're going to sit there and keep complaining and not completing tasks. It should feel good. Even like I said, the small part, and don't look at what someone else is doing, because their path is their path.
Yeah.
Which I mean, like, don't, and when I say don't look at what they doing, like, you can look at what they doing, but don't compare what you're doing to what they're doing, because you don't know the true information, or you don't even know their story, or you don't even know what they have going on. And you're comparing yourself to what they have going on.
Yeah. And, we all have our own paths to follow. We all have our own journeys to go. And when you focused on what you're focused on, it makes it a lot easier when you do, keep those aggressive traits of just being, in tune to you, understanding who you are, but also, knowing that, you're relying on other people is, I'm not gonna say it's not good to do. I think it's okay to rely on like your family, of course, or rely on people that you do like get like mentorships and stuff like that. Like that's awesome. That's dope. I'm not that's what it's about. But I'm just saying like if you're not putting in the effort and you just keep relying on somebody to hand you something or somebody to be like show you every step of the way, like that's a path for unsuccess to me. I personally, I think
most definitely.
I think that you should definitely have your own, focus on you, what you want to do. You get knowledge from others, you get experience from yourself and others as well, and you do take bits and pieces from others and you put it to your plan. But what you don't do is sit around and wait for somebody to put you in a game. Like that ain't gonna hurt. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it happens to some, but I don't think that leads to success. Because if you do get put in the game and somebody gave you, exactly, you ain't gonna know what to do at that point. Exactly. So you got to train yourself to be ready in that. And those adverse situations help you with that. When you go knock on these doors and asking people for, not asking, well, let's say like, you want like a record deal or something, or you want like a production company or whatever you're trying to do, or you're trying to create a whole, just your whole brand. You going to people and you like, man, this is what I got. I've been doing this. You showing them, product. You showing them what you got, and you're putting yourself out there and you're communicating. So you're putting in the work. Then somebody going to acknowledge that, like, oh wow, they really working. They really doing it. So just put the work in. People going to notice you once you start putting the work in. Right. You know what I mean? And people going to say, well, nah, man, you ain't ready, or this ain't really for you. You're going to get that. That's the adversity. Yeah, cool. It's going to drive you even more. You should be like, all right, bet. Well, let me try something else. Yeah. It's all a learning experience. So it's like, that's how I believe that a lot of successful people, or I would say just people who are driven, get to where they want to get to. And I think it's purpose driven too, passion and purpose. Like people follow money a lot, but people want to get paid. Don't get me wrong, but purpose, I think, and passion will get you the paper.
Yeah, definitely the purpose. And I'll second that too. Like, because people look at the word rejection and it's just like, oh no, my world is over. That is it. It can't happen. That is it.
That's a difficult one.
Just because this one person rejected me.
That's a difficult one.
I watched King Richard yesterday.
King Richard is a good movie, by the way.
Right?
It is.
And this dude, like, and this was just on a small scale. This is 2 hours and 25 minutes of a story of a, how old was Venus and Serena? 14-year story. Mm-hmm. Well, he was talking about how he was pretty much, beat down his entire life. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how old King Richard was around that time, but long story short, he cramming just say he was 40 years old. He cramming 40 years of anger, hurt, pain, rejection, and everything all into 2 hours. So I know he missed a lot in that, but the fact of the matter is, he stayed consistent. He believed in himself. He believed in his children. He believed in his family. It is a purpose. That purpose word is a great word. Rejection is a great word. Want to know why rejection is a great word? Because it shows you, it humbles you, and it shows you, damn, I'm not where I need to be. Or somebody don't think you. All right, so now it's time to prove. So again, are you going to fold up that tent and feel sorry for yourself when you got people behind you, believing in you, when you got people depending on you, when you got little mini yous running around here, and you going to sit there and feel sorry for yourself? No, sir. No, ma'am. Today is the day that it ends. Today is definitely the day it ends. Yeah, because you feel sorry for yourself. Nobody, and people want to talk about you. People want to laugh about you behind your back. People want to talk about you, or this and that and the other. Because, and why shouldn't they talk about you? Why shouldn't they talk about you? You don't believe in yourself, so why should they believe in you?
That's gonna happen.
Again, we are human. We gonna have our bad days. We gonna have our bad days. But also, I think it's good, again, and I always say this every podcast, your circles. Check your circles. Check what is tolerable in your circle. A lot of people in my circle is not going to tolerate it. They're not going to tolerate not completing stuff.
Yeah, that's important. Definitely.
Like, it's people that's going to say, hey, they're accountability partners. Hey,
That's
did you hit this
important.
today?
So important.
Hey, you said you was going to do this. You said you was going to look at this house. You was going to look into this house, and you had this paperwork. Did you grab the paperwork? But everybody not going to hold your hand. But it will be that one accountability partner that hit you up, be like, yo, what's up with that?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's going through, what you was just talking about like having that person, of course, that keep you accountable, being just honest with yourself, a lot of times on like how you are going about your day and everything like that. Rejection, being unable to accept rejection, like those are things that I deal with. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with those things before. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really have someone to, I'm not gonna say hold me accountable, because of course I got my mother, I got my brother, got my lady, but the person that I ain't saying as a person, but the God is the one I believe is holding me accountable more than anybody. And that might sound, some people like, oh, how they gonna do it? What you mean by that? But to be honest, like I live my life away with as though I feel like I always want to live, no matter who's watching or who's doing what. I just want to be me all day, every day. As far as like, I don't want to put on a facade and feel different in different rooms. But I know my God is watching me regardless. You know what I mean? So I try to make sure I present a godly presence, as far as like just me being good person, righteous, and everything like that. And whatever comes with that is what I gotta accept. So I'm thinking like, if the rejection come to something, it's just not for me. You know what I mean? For you, or if I'm in a room, or if I'm dealing with some people that doesn't hold me, or say holds me accountable, I gotta respect that, because they trying to look out the best interest in me. But having those people around you is very far and few in between for some. And some people might say like, like, how do I get those type of people around me? And that's a good question. You know what I mean? Like I don't know where someone could find somebody that you be like, yeah, this person's gonna really, look out for me, for my best interest. Like some people might just tell you what they want you to do for their best interest. So it could be like holding you accountable, but it could be like, I just want you to do this, or you should be doing this so you can benefit my situation too. So I think a lot of people just, struggle with that. You know what I mean? And it's good to get to a point in my life where, like I said, I like to be who I am. My God, of course, I want to be accountable to Him. You know what I mean? I want to be accountable to my family, to my son, to my my lady, to the people that I love most. Like if they come up to me and tell me that you need to get it together, you need to fix your you fix your posture. Like they've done it before, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at today. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely been done, and it's definitely a real thing. So people need to definitely make sure they circle the people around them don't have a problem with telling them like, yo, you really need to get it together.
And fellas, I will say this: if your woman is not holding you accountable, bro, run.
Run for it. Run for it. Run.
Listen, my lady will check me. Like, seriously, check me.
Yeah, man.
And we got to get out of this. Well, I'm the man. Listen, you are the man, but she's the woman. You know what I mean? She's your rib. And I'm telling you, women normally can identify something way before you can identify. They can see that homeboy right there, or they can see that homegirl. They can see right through it.
That's a fact.
Every single time.
That's a fact. Especially if they really love you and they really care about you. Bro, they will definitely let you know.
They study
what it is.
They study, and that listen, that's my number one accountability partner right there. She is. But like I'm blessed to have uh great friends around me that say stuff that needs to be said, and they'll let me know. But she is the one that that say like, and I think um you got to be open to it too. Like I said, you gotta be able to look yourself in the mirror. You gotta be able to be honest with yourself. With somebody telling you something, you gotta be receptive to it. You can't be rejective to it. Even though I just said rejection is a good word, you can't like you. I mean, you can reject it, but like, where is it going to get you?
Hmm.
It's not. I mean, like knowing it all, but
yeah,
again, completing tasks one step at a time and paying attention to what you have going on. And like I said, being accountable, being consistent, and like I said, that rejection, I'm gonna tell you. And I always tell personal stories, but I just think it's funny. So it was a girl that I really, really liked in high school. Really, really liked her.
what's her name?
I ain't gonna say.
You ain't gonna say her name.
I ain't gonna say her names because
she could be listening. So no.
She could be listening. I hope she is listening. I appreciate it. She probably know what she talking about, but I liked her, and she played some games with me. I liked her to like. I liked her. You know what I'm saying? When I was in high school.
So
and,
liked her.
Yeah, I liked her. And she kind of just
really
was like, yeah, I'm just use you because I drove to school.
Oh, okay.
So I drove to school.
All right.
I thought I was,
You drive to school. That's big. Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, so I was driving to school. And,
picking her up in the morning. She ain't got to take the bus.
She ain't had to take the bus home, but I seen her when she got to school. But long story short, I look at her now. I say, woo, dodge that bullet.
Whoa.
I mean, I'm not being, and I don't know, I don't know how she's doing, but
you said you seen her.
Just seeing her, I'm like, I didn't even recognize her.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? I didn't even recognize her.
Wow.
And yeah, but I always gave a lot. I gave a lot of people rides home and things like that. And she probably didn't quite know that I felt it that way. I mean, I was honest. I think I was honest, but she friend zoned me, and that was rejection. But that built me into who I am today. And who knows what it would have been with her. So again, those rejection situations, and she was fast too. She was fast. I ain't gonna lie, and I'll be honest with you. I was in high school. I wasn't the dude that was trying to crack everything. I was more so like kind of reserved and like, yeah, I don't know, man. I was a little nervous. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a little nervous.
Right.
I wasn't a virgin, but I was nervous. I was.
So you wasn't out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was nervous. So who knows, man? Like, who knows what happened? But
it made you, like you say, you took that into account, and you learn from that experience. You know what I mean? Yeah. So those situations help you understand a lot about life in general. Yeah. So I mean, you learned a lot from that.
Yeah. Shout out to the girls in high school rejecting dudes.
Yeah.
Hey, and don't go crazy, guys. Don't go crazy. Just say, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah. And even with like just improving ourselves with like, maybe applying to a different, position or a job or something like that, or taking a leap of faith on like a new business plan or something like that, because you might be afraid of like it ain't gonna work out, or you being rejected at those type of opportunities, and that holds us back a lot too, man. Sometimes you just gotta take that leap and just go for it. You know what I mean? Like it can only not work, on one hand, or it can work. You know what I mean? So it's like again, I've dealt with that in previous, in the past too. So it's like now it's like, if I definitely want to do something or go for it, like I've really been focusing on what life is about, man. It's just those experiences is important to take a leap. Not worrying about the rejection, not worrying about if this is not going to work out, not worrying about like how this is going to look, or whatever. Like those parts of me, and that I don't think about that. You know what I mean? I try not to, but I really don't think about that as much. as I used to, of course, growing up. But that takes a lot of time again to grow, being who you are, find out who you are. But yeah, man,
being comfortable. And that, I'm be honest with you, that's something that I do have to work on, being a little bit more comfortable in my own skin, because like you don't know the power that you do have with that, and like it's things that it's things that work out that you be like, damn, I don't know how this gonna work out. I don't know. It's not meant for you to know. Just keep working, keep digging with that shovel.
Yeah, man.
Just do your job. Just
do your job.
Work. Just work. Just put in the work. Roll up your sleeves. You might get tired, But again, like I said, sometimes through adversity, you just gotta be on the defense for a while. Just have that shield. Just keep blocking and keep blocking and keep blocking until you are willing to strike.
Because a lot of times it's not as bad as you might think it is. I think a lot of times we don't hold ourselves high enough.
Right.
And say, look, it's really not that bad. I'm really doing really well. This hiccup or adversity situation is not as bad as I've internalized it.
Right.
Like it really ain't that bad.
Right.
And we got to continue to focus on where we are. Like, we always want to focus on like, oh, we got to get to this point. We got to do this. We got to do this. Or I got to chase this. I got to get this. And it's like, when can you really sit back and say like, look, I've done a lot. I'm good where I'm at. Like I'm content, but I'm not complacent, but I'm content, but I'm still going to keep moving forward. But if I don't get that next whatever, or get to this point or get that next whatever, I'm still not going to stop feeling good about myself. You know what I mean? Like you can't let one thing mess up your whole mojo. You know what I mean? You just can't do that.
Right. And I would encourage, what I encourage people to do? I would encourage you to, I always had these personal stories.
Personal? You might have to have a segment. Personal story time.
Personal story time on the Transparency Podcast. Now, but I had a homegirl that was struggling with life. You know what I'm saying? And like I just always had the gift the gab, what they call it, the gift the gab, to talk people off a ledge, about things. I was just talking somebody off a ledge yesterday. And I was kind of telling them what you're saying. Like, it may seem bad, but it's not as bad as it may be.
As you may think.
But my homegirl, I pretty much told her, because she was kind of like everywhere with her thoughts. I said, do me a favor. Have you ever heard of a vision board before? Mm-hmm. And she was like, what do you mean? I said, a vision board. The things that you want, because you just throwing out everything, and you throwing out everything, throw it against the wall, and it's being an accountability partner, but you're throwing everything against the wall, and whatever sticks, you're going to be like, all right, that's what I'm going to do. How about you do your vision board, right? This is what I want to do. This is task number 1, task number 2, task number 3, task number 4. I want to be here. I want to be here within 2 months, 3 here, whatever, right? But if you do not make it in 3 months of where you were trying to be, it is okay to give yourself 2 more weeks. Long as you're working. You're working, so you're working hard.
Yeah.
These are just goals. This is just a vision board. This is just something that you just like, okay, this is where I want to be at this moment.
Yeah.
And when you get there, you just like, all right, don't be down on yourself. Like, oh man, here we go. It's not happening for me again. The pity parties.
Gotta stop those, man.
We got rain on them parades.
We don't go to those.
We don't go on them. Hey, the pity party, the cake is nasty. The food is nasty.
Nobody's there.
Nobody's dancing.
Nobody's talking.
Everybody ugly there. And that's hard for me to call somebody ugly. People got the bitter bear face going on at pity parties. What songs are they playing at?
None of that.
What songs are they playing at? They playing like
some trash. Nothing but trash.
Yeah. No, like I said, nobody dancing.
It's like, yo, we can't continue to. We're not going to normalize that.
You know who
nobody
dancing
don't want. Nobody don't want to hear none of that.
You know who dancing there though? The devil. The dancing. He in the middle of the floor dancing.
Oh man.
He two-stepping.
He threw it. He the one who threw that party. He threw that. Like that's what that complaining. Man, I don't know what's this. Like no, nobody don't want to hear that. Man, I stopped doing that a while ago. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's. I'm not gonna say, of course, like I said, it's a growth process. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It
most
takes
definitely.
time.
Most
But don't
definitely.
get me wrong, like people who, go through their things. Ain't nothing wrong with venting a little bit to a friend. Ain't nothing wrong
Yeah.
with talking your mind. That's not, that's fine.
Yeah.
But every time you go through something, it's like you gotta really like, oh man, like
Here we
come
go.
on, bro. Like
Yeah.
again, like you got another problem this week again.
Yeah.
Like you just had something going on with you. You got another situation again this week. Like
yeah.
when is something that you was able to get through and you can tell me something positive that happened through that situation?
Yeah, or just like I said, or just allow, and this is something that I do have to work on too. I have to let stuff matriculate. Like you got to let it come together.
Mm-hmm.
You got to let that puzzle, that anxiety, you got to let that puzzle come together. This piece may be all the way over here. Boom, put it together. Put it together.
Let it form.
Let it form. Like it's going to be people trying to put pieces to your puzzle, but don't know. You're the one with the pieces right now. So how are you going to find the accurate pieces to figure it out? I mean, like I said, you can get people to help, but like I'm telling you, man, another funny movie to me was I don't know if you Pee Wee Big Adventure.
Oh yeah, that was classic.
Yeah, so Pee Wee Herman was on I never forget, he was on the train. He was happy. He was moving, man. They was gone, bro. They was on the train singing and Jimmy Crack calling, and I mean, eventually the guy got on his nerves, yo, in the middle of a train. Wow. In the middle of the train, he jumped off a train. Like he put his ears, because he was tired of hearing what the dude had going on. So he put his hands over his ears and jumped off the jumped off the train, but ended up being where he needed to be when he landed. He like, damn, I'm at the Alamo. But I say all that to say, like, sometimes like people don't want to hear it, bro.
They don't.
Because people have their own issues.
They do. People
have their own issues. And with the dude on Pee Wee Herman, he was just happy to be singing with somebody. But Pee Wee Herman was like, all right, yo, I overstayed my welcome. I'm get the hell out of here. So
that's life, man.
Yeah, and that's what it all boils down to, man. A lot of these movies, if you sit and look at it, you be like, wow, man, I ain't even that came together like that. You pay attention to certain things and you just like, wow. But it's all in how you take it again, and like just stiff on people. That's like I said, stiff on people that, because it's draining. You're gonna have somebody like a grape. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be a grape, and then eventually they're gonna turn into a raisin because you're draining them and draining them.
Yeah,
and draining them.
And it's like, why not be more of an inspiration to somebody or help somebody?
Yeah.
Not by just specifically helping. I'm just saying helping them by being a vessel of just light on what you got going on in your life. Now, a lot of people don't like hearing that because they do go, and it's difficult for that sometimes. Sometimes you might like, you got like a promotion or something going on. You doing something like, you're creating something and you're excited about it, even about, you experiencing some really good feelings of like connecting with people, whatever. And you want to express that to somebody like, man, I've really been doing some really good stuff. So you talking to somebody and they be like, oh man, that might care about that. Like, yo, that can either inspire somebody or somebody can be, hurt by it. Or I'm sorry, not hurt by it. Should I say they jealous of it or envy of it or whatever? But that's always gonna be there. But I would rather give somebody some good inspiration than to complain about something. Even if I had something to complain about, I'm going to still look at the positive about something and try to express that portion of it, because complaining ain't going to really do much for them as it was for me. But I'd rather do something for them. If I'm having that good feeling, I would rather just bring that good to, because it's all about the energy. If I give you good energy, that might help you through something. You know what I mean?
But I'll be honest, like, it's hard. It is hard. It's people out there, it's hard, because I've been there. It's hard to always, every single day, just be, the leader. It's going to be days that you're 100%.
Definitely right. You're definitely right about that.
It's going to be days that you're 65%. Damn, you went down that much. But the very next day, you'll be 85. I mean, this is like the bipolar effect of life that I look at. But we as individuals have to understand how important our light is to shine to others. Like you said, if we can shine and another person is shining on that person, and it might not just take the light from me to help you shine. You might need Chaz's light too. Then you might need your sister light too. Then you might need your mother light too to shine on you. And then eventually it's like, fuck, like Eureka. You gotta do it. I got it now. Got it, yeah. Okay, I see.
It does, yeah. That's how it usually works.
Right, it's a community.
Right about that. Yeah.
Of light. It's not just one person's light that's shining on. We don't have that kind. I don't have that. I'm not a God. I am not a God. I'm a God's son. So a God's son, then another God's son, then another God's son shines that light on you.
And because we are made in that image of God. So, we have God in us, like you say, and we are God's son. And we are able to have more power over our perception, with our mind and what we think and what we feel than you might know. Like you wake up, you wake up, pray, do something that's inspirational, read a book, do whatever it is, listen to some good your favorite song, or work out, do something positive, eat a good breakfast, just speak good existence. Like, man, I'm gonna make $1 million today. You know what I mean? Not saying that but you just say it. Just say it out loud. I'm gonna make $1 million this year. I'm gonna inspire somebody to be great this year. I'm gonna connect with multiple people. I'm gonna build the kingdom of God. I'm gonna help somebody get over some situation in life. Just saying it out. You know what I mean? Like
it becomes contagious.
It makes you feel good, because even though you can be not saying BS. No, I'm saying it because I really wanted to have it. I want to manifest it. But your mind, you training your mind and say, I'm going to speak this out in existence. I'm not going to sit up and be like, oh, I'm tired today. I'm not going to do nothing today. It's raining. Like, so what? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't continue to keep that cloud over your head like that to say you can't overcome these situations. Speak life into your life. You know what I mean? You would change a lot. You would change a lot by just speaking life.
Yeah. And I will say, like, if people that are around you, say for instance, you said, I'm going to make $1 million. Somebody look at you and laugh at you. Guess what? They're not supposed to be in your circle. How easy is that? Somebody look at you and say, or you say, I'm going to do XYZ. And every time you got something positive that you want to do, this person has a negative retort about it. Peace.
They gotta go.
Peace.
They gotta go.
Peace. Peace be with you.
It can't
Peace be with you.
Peace. It can't be around.
And guess what? The train gonna keep moving. You gotta let them off at that stop. It's an emergency stop. Get them out the emergency exit, because what it's gonna do, I always say, that zombie mentality. I bite you with the zombie bullshit. I bite you with the zombie bullshit. Guess what? You'll become a zombie eventually.
You will.
And then right reverse of what we was talking about the light. I bite you with that. You bite them with that. You bite them with that. You bite them with that. Now we a circle. No purpose at all. We're all just sitting there ugly, like our inside. We look like our insides on the outside.
Toxic.
Very toxic. We're looking like that, and next thing you know, we're standing there looking at each other. A group of purposeless people.
Yep.
Waiting for somebody else to bite with the zombie bullshit.
That's
start shining light.
That's what it's about. That's what I think is half of the battle. Probably 75% of it right there, to be honest. You got to look at things a different way. You got to look at things in a different perspective. If you've been doing something the same way and you was taught something the same way, that don't mean it was right. That means that, or mean right or wrong. But I mean, if it's not for you and you feel like it hasn't been progressed or it hasn't produced fruit or something meaningful in your life, then make a change. You know what I mean? Do something else. You know what I mean? Get around some other people, or just get up on your own and just do something different. You know what I mean? Like if you've been doing something the same way, do something you haven't been doing. You know what I mean? Do something you are not used to doing. you will be surprised what can happen to your life. Join a group of people. Get on a different, a book club, a gym membership, anything, man. A basketball team, a church, a choir, a group of creators, anything, man.
I gotta sing anything. I gotta sing backup in choir. I can't sing solo, like, but I definitely do a good backup.
Like write a song, write a poem, do something different. Try it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my. I don't know. It's Easter, man, and I'm not saying, people say, "Oh, we don't believe in Easter and all that," or Resurrection Sunday. Look, it's a day that the Lord has made, regardless of what day it is, and we want to be glad. We want to be glad, and yes, we want to be blessed in it, and of course, And I think that anytime you wake up is a day to change, a day to make something happen. Every day is a beautiful day to make something happen.
Yo, you already won waking up. You won. You won. You won so far. You're winning. You're up. You wake up. You up on the scoreboard already.
That's a fact. That's a big fact.
What you gonna do to keep adding to the score? You gonna get down. You gonna get down. But you stay consistent. You gonna keep scoring.
You will.
You're gonna keep scoring.
You will.
Like and again, the people around you. And I will say this: when life starts changing for you, you start seeing other things in different light too. Meaning you won't be so offended by something that somebody says something to you because your mind is not racing constantly on the bullshit again. Like your mind is kind of settled down. Your mind is like kind of like, now I can hear that. Now I can hear that. Because there's going to be people that God sent to you that's going to be telling you everything that you need. I'm telling you, it's going to be somebody that come to you that tell you what you need to hear, but by you bitching and complaining, because now I'm thinking about it, by you complaining, it's going in one ear and going right out the other. And guess what? You are not hearing that angel that was sent to you.
Yep.
What you're hearing is your own thoughts. And that is bypassing through you. Because you are so saturated with your own thoughts. You talk to yourself long enough, you're going to believe everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
Take the time. Relax. I know it's hard. I know it may be difficult. But prayer, and if you do not pray, listen. Take the time to listen to people. Because whether you pray or not, God is going to send an angel to you. God is taking care of you. Fully believe that. God is definitely taking care of you.
That's a fact.
Listen to that angel.
It's walking with you regardless.
Walking with you.
Believe that.
You think the people that passed on before you, you don't think your family's covered? You don't think that your family's behind you and got your back. It's things that happen in your life like, I don't know how the heck that happened. I do. I do.
That's real. That's real. We got those moments, man, where you can't explain it. Supernatural healing, manifestation, just experiences that, you do not know how you got through. And now look at you. Look where you at. Look what you're doing.
Winning.
Look who you are. Look who you with. Look who the people who are around you. Look what position and job you got now. Like,
winning.
It's real, man. So
that's a dub, bro. That's a dub.
You can get through. Believe that.
That's a dub.
Keep your mind right. Stay focused. You can get through.
You woke up this morning, that's a dub. You got food in your refrigerator, that's a dub. You got a job to go to, that's a dub. You got a car to drive to transport you to your job, even if you have a job and you got to catch an Uber, whatever. You have a job, that's a dub. You got a car, that's a dub.
Yeah.
You have a healthy kid, that is a dub.
Big W.
You don't have to worry about having to make this work and everything like that and making sure they checking on it. You are winning.
Yes, you are.
Just look at the things in your life that you are winning. Don't look at the L, because they small L's are small potatoes. You look at it at the end of the day, small potatoes.
That's a fact.
We we in a day and age, man, that like I said, man, $200 can have us thinking about, even $100 can have us thinking about life-changing situations. Like, oh my God, what I gotta do this because
Tell me about it.
$200 too. 200. Not saying it's a little bit of, but that's not something to make you change the trajectory of what you need to do. You might just have to take that small L with that $200, learn from that, and find a way to keep it pushing.
That's a fact.
Keep it pushing.
That's a fact.
Look at all the W's around you. The W's. All these dubs, bro. Right now, you are listening to the Transparency Podcast. That is a win for me. That is a win for Moody. And it's for damn sure a win for you.
Big win for you, for sure. Because we only here with pure, clear intentions to help build, help with your mental state, your life, give you our experiences, give you our life. Yeah. Here on the Transparency Podcast. So hopefully it'll help you. Hopefully it'll let you build. Hopefully it'll give you a different outlook, a different inspiration. You know, some of the stuff we said today, hopefully you take it and just do something impactful, meaningful, purposeful for your life. Because that's what I believe, that's what it's about. You know what I mean? I believe this platform that we have here, we don't take it lightly. You know, we really do like doing this. We like sitting here and really, you know, giving our like I said, our life experiences here. Yeah. And you know, I look forward to Sunday, man. I go to church on Sundays, you know, then the word, you know, sometimes the word spill over to here, of course, but yeah, you'd be surprised how much it feels good to just get this off and speak this. Yeah. And know that it's going to hear, since somebody's going to hear this, you know, and knowing that we can really help impact somebody's life each and every week. It's amazing. So thank anybody who listens to this. Thank you. Straight up.
Thank you. And I will say this, right? Now it's time to be transparent on the Transparent Podcast.
As we have not been for the last 57 minutes. But we're going to continue being transparent here.
Check this out. Check this out. This podcast was almost not recorded today.
What?
But Moody. I'm going to give him his.
It was going to get recorded regardless.
I'm going to give him his spot. This time, like, man, it's Easter. We kind of busy. I'm kind of busy running around with and things of that nature. And Moody was like, he said, bro, and this accountability, this accountability partner. That's why I'm bringing this full circle. Accountability partner. He said, we can't do that. We can't miss a Sunday.
Can't.
Wanna know why? Because it's people dependent on this podcast. And I said, you damn sure right.
That's a fact.
It's people that hit me. I work out to this every Monday morning. I ride to work to this every single Monday morning. Thank you. I'm listening. It's people in the middle of the night. YouTube. We wake up to comments on YouTube. People are waiting to watch this tonight until Monday morning. And I'm getting messages 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's fire.
Like, fire emojis.
Fire, man.
Man, oh my God, thank you so much. You don't believe me? Check it out. So the accountability partner, I'm sitting here just saying, we are all not perfect.
Yep.
We all don't see things the right way too. And I needed my guy to say, we can't, consistently, we have to keep doing this.
Consistent. You got to be consistent. Got to. Especially with what we doing right here. We have to be consistent. And you got to be consistent in hopefully anything you do. You know, now, because the thing is, like I'm explaining to, people that's listening and you, like, we have something here that we actually do enjoy doing. That we almost have to do every week.
Love it.
That we feel as though we got to get this off our chest, have a conversation, talk about real stuff. And this week is again a good week to unpack, holiday weekend, and people are enjoying themselves, gonna have Monday back into, going back into their lives and their jobs or whatever they doing. And we just want to continue to keep this consistency with what we doing because it's helping us. Hopefully it's continue to help you, but it's definitely helping us as well. So it's a win-win for us all.
Them dubs, man. Them dubs.
It's a win-win for us all, man.
Look at this. Check the scoreboard. It may seem like you're down, but you are up.
You up.
Because you're up. You're up, bro. Like that's it not, and I'm overemphasizing this, but you can't overemphasize this. I'm woke. My wife is woke. My children are woke. My mom is alive. My father's alive. My brother's alive. Everything. That, have a job to go to. Man, listen. A studio to record this at.
Fire.
We got our name back here.
Fire.
That's a dub.
Big dub.
Big W's.
With crispy, clear, visuals looking good. It's all wins, man. Even the smallest things, you know what I mean? Like you're saying, the smallest things, man. We don't take them for granted. We don't take it for lightly. We are, we doing stuff with purpose, meaningful stuff, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
I mean, I think that's about it, though, bro.
Yeah, and it's a good one. This is a good one. I like this one a lot. Adversity, man. Adversity. What are you doing?
What are you doing to get better? Don't be afraid to message us neither.
For sure.
If a topic that you would love for us to talk about, DM us. Because we are getting nice feedback, but we'd love to hear what y'all want to hear about also.
Yes, and if you want to come on the show, reach out. If you want to be here transparent,
don't be afraid.
I know you got some guests lined up coming up. We're going to continue to reach out. We're going to have some guests coming up. We just jumped on and, got to, stepped up the, we've been improving and getting stuff together. I just, got comfortable with, what we're doing. So we're going to be bringing in more guests. So stay tuned. Appreciate y'all.
So, again, and I guess that's about it. I mean, because mama got food waiting home for me.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And I'm about to, about to smash. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please like, share, subscribe. Again, I go by the name of Big O, and this is Moody.
Yeah. You already know.
And this is the Transparency Podcast.